Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. This is Lifestyle Critic, where we break down movies and TV shows into their core elements, and in this video we are going to be reviewing Batman Soul of the Dragon. Now, I enjoyed this movie so much more than I thought I would have done. I mean, it brilliantly explores Batman's history, has really layered and complicated characters, has a really good ongoing mystery that builds up throughout the movie, and also brilliantly has concurrent storylines across the film, both looking at the past and the present. As well as that, it also sets itself up for a sequel really nicely, and is an original animated movie instead of being a comic book retelling. So loads to like in this movie and loads to unpack as well, which I'm going to be doing with you in this movie review. So from a storyline point of view, the film starts off with a great stealth-based mission sequence and a bit of a fight scene. By the way, there are loads of fight scenes in this movie, which kind of sets up the main mystery and the main villain in this film. We then jump to the past, where we see a young Bruce Wayne entering into the Himalayan region to train up with a character called O-Sensei. Over there he meets 5 other martial arts students as well, who are called Shiva, Richard the Dragon, Rip Jagger, Jade and Ben. And over there's a bit of betrayal and a lot of dark things happening as well, which also sets up the foundation for the rest of this movie. We then jump into the present, where 4 of the martial arts characters are reunited and then collectively go on a mission that is related to their collective past. Now, surprisingly, there's actually quite a lot of supernatural goings on in this bit of martial arts Batman movie, and there's quite a lot of supernatural characters and villain groups in this movie, and the storyline is actually pretty fast paced and really enjoyable throughout. So from a cast and characters point of view, they're absolutely brilliant in Soul of the Dragon, as it's very much a character-led movie, and all of the actors that voice the characters do a really good job. So let's go through them one by one. So first up we have David Giuntoli, who voices both the Batman character and the Bruce Wayne character. Now, this is a slightly lighter take on the Batman character, but it's actually working really well. Like I said, this is very much a character-led movie, so it's a lot more based on the Bruce Wayne character and exploring his past and exploring his relationships. But that being said, you know, there are still quite a lot of Batman fight sequences for it to be warranted being called a Batman movie. Next up we have Mark Dacascos from the latest John Wick movie, and in this film he plays the cool lead character of Richard Dragon, the nice and tough friend of the Batman / Bruce Wayne character, and he's definitely the main narrative lead in this movie. Next up we have Kelly who brilliantly plays the Shiva character, which she also voiced in the Batman Arkham series, and she is the no-nonsense guardian of the Soulbreaker sword, and her journey throughout this movie is really interesting, from being a bit of a teacher's pet, kind of being the best student from the martial arts course 6, to kind of going on a bit of a different path throughout the movie. So the journey that she goes on throughout is really interesting. Next up we have Michael J. White, who voices the character of Ben Turner, the other member of the team that kind of knows a lot about the villain's plans. And similarly to the Shiva character, it's really interesting to see what this character did in between the events of the past and the present, and it's really interesting as well as this voice actor actually played the live action interpretation of this character in the Arrowverse series, which is really nice that he's kind of back to voice the character in this movie. Next up we have James Hong, who voices the character of the O-Sensei, who is the mentor and protector of the Secret Gate and the Soul Keeper's sword, and it's really interesting to see what is actually behind this mystical and magical gate throughout this movie. We also have Jamie Chung, who plays the character of Jade, who is another one of the 5 original members in the past from the martial arts world. We also have Chris Cox, who voices the 6th and final member of the martial artists from the past. This time it's Rip Jagger. And then finally we have Josh Keaton, who voices the main villain in this film, Jeffrey Burr, who does a lot of menacing things throughout this movie and definitely climaxes at the end of this movie. I mean, there are quite a lot of other villain characters throughout the film that definitely pop up and cause a lot of mayhem and a lot of carnage throughout. So from a casting character's point of view overall, Batman Soul of the Dragon is actually pretty amazing. So from a visuals point of view, I'd definitely say this is very much inspired by a Japanese martial arts anime except this time there is a lot of Batman core values in there, such as the brilliant chase sequences and the brilliant fight sequences. Like I said before, the fight sequences are very plentiful in this movie. It feels like there's a fight sequence that happens after every 10 minutes, and all of those sequences look absolutely brilliant. I'll definitely say as the movie progresses, they definitely get a lot more supernatural as the movie goes on, which is really, really great. And also I'd say that the world in the Himalayan region looks very picturesque, very beautiful, very relaxing, which is in stark contrast with the scenes in Gotham City. So actually there's quite a lot of depth and quite a lot of range from a visuals point of view in Batman Soul of the Dragon. So from a comparison point of view, I am a massive Batman animated movie fan, and I definitely thought Batman Soul of the Dragon was a really nice, welcome, refreshing new addition into this franchise. Now I do prefer Batman's standard rogue gallery, such as, you know, the Joker, Catwoman, the Riddler, Penguin, Harley Quinn, etc. And I do think the other animated movies are slightly stronger than this one, such as, you know, The Killing Joke, Dark Knight Returns, Mask of the Phantasm, etc. But like I said, this is a really nice new original take on the franchise. I'd also compare it to other Japanese anime fighting movies, and I guess the most recent one from a known franchise that you could compare it to is Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. Again, I slightly preferred Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge to this one, purely down to the fact that those are really iconic and well-known characters. But you know, that being said, Soul of the Dragon is definitely a welcome brand new addition to this brilliant franchise. So overall, I really enjoyed Batman Soul of the Dragon. I thought it was a really solid entry into the franchise, and it was really nice to kind of see what happened before all of the events in year one, and to kind of explore the Batman world, to kind of see a new and original movie, to explore the Batman lore a lot more, and to kind of have really fleshed out, detailed, layered characters, a really interesting and fast-paced story narrative, and loads of twists and turns throughout as well. And I already cannot wait to see what's going to happen next in Soul of the Dragon 2. But as far as this movie goes, it definitely gets a solid 6.5 out of 10 from me. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.